Hello friends and welcome to Chadowfax Games. I hopped on to look at the analytics of my YouTube channel and I noticed for some reason my one single Laysara Summit Kingdom video was getting a lot of traction and I was wondering why, so I hopped on Steam and it turns out the full release is here with a campaign, so I'm going to be starting over. I'm going to be trying to run the campaign and we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll play more than one video this time. Actually, that is definitely the plan. So let's get going. So let's do new game. Campaign mode. So you previously have done scenario, I believe, or sandbox possibly. So campaign, set out on a quest of saving the kingdom of Laysara, play through 15 missions with growing complexity and discover a story of human and yak perseverance. Sounds great.
Of all the years in the long and storied history of the kingdom of Laysara, this one surely has to be the worst. Following the harvest, a mysterious mist suddenly appeared all across the kingdom. Then, the pandemonium started. Crops started to fail. Disoriented animals barely produced any milk. People started to get sick.
And you can't see anything. The fog in this valley is even worse than the city. For all we know, we could be lost already.
Faith, my friend, have faith. We're following the path that's been chosen for us.
Path? I don't see any path. Just the same damn forest going on for days.
It's not entirely the same. Look, there are more and more pines, and the thickets are thinning out. We are getting higher. We'll get to the uplands shortly.
Even if that's true, what will we find there? Mark my words, mountains are no place for humans.
Yes, but they are a place of the spirits. We will settle at the foot of the mountain and make our way up to build a grand altar at the very summit. The spirits surely will recognize our efforts and help us to drive the mist away.
And Laysara will be saved.
Yeah, that's great and all, but did you see how low on supplies we are? Never mind building a temple, we'll die of hunger before even reaching the top.
Come on, it won't be that bad. Look on the bright side. Mountains are above the mist, so we'll be able to cultivate crops and pasture our yaks again.
Maybe. Until the first avalanche sweeps us all away.
Stop worrying about minor details. We're on the most sacred quest, and nothing will stop us. Onwards!
Tunnels are the only long-distance transportation method which don't scale up costs with distance or number of transported goods. Press any button to start. Alright, so this is the full release, which I've only played this in early access. Finally, a place above the mist, and with enough space to establish a small colony. It will serve us as an outpost when we move on to bigger mountains. I guess it makes sense. We need to maintain contact with the capital in case they need to come and save us. Nonsense. We achieve great things in these mountains, and this small settlement will be our first step. Let's start by building a district for our workers. Yep, so just default bindings, WASD, or right mouse button. I prefer right mouse button. Mouse scroll, camera zoom. The rotation on the camera is a little choppy. So this is where we were going to be starting. Zoom camera in and out. Okay. So, just checking my face isn't blocking anything. Sort of. There's just a little icon. What's down on the right-hand side? Map info, pause menu. I don't think you guys need to see those two buttons. Time controls. Spacebar is pause and unpause. 1, 2, and 3 change game speed. Let's place a food market. It'll be a central point of your settlement as it distributes food among citizens living nearby. Sounds good. I don't know how much of this I remember, but let's give it a shot. See the marker above the food market? It means the building doesn't have a road connection to the mountain entry point. Let's fix that with some roads. You can remove any building, including roads, using Demolish tool. Alright. The food market is now operating, but it is run by 8 ad hoc workers, which is this symbol. Using ad hoc workers is highly inefficient. It's much better to build houses to increase the town's population. After building a house, it becomes inhabited instantly by 4 citizens willing to take jobs. Have 4 lowlanders living within range of a food market. Alright. Perfect. New citizens automatically replace the ad hoc workers running the food market. However, your town still has 0 available workers. We need a more workforce in a moment. So let's increase the number of available workers to 24. So zooming in, you can kind of see the details here. This Laysara is interesting to me because you're working with very limited space, and you're working on these separate plateaus within the mountain, and they're very steep plateaus, even though they are plateaus. So you can kind of zoom in and see how steep the terrain is. There's a sign here. I'm not sure. I think that's just decorative. The very first settlers on the mountain, that's great. We should take care of their basic needs, like shrines. They need to have spots where they can pray for the success of our mission. I meant providing them with food. Well, we can do that too, I guess, but spirituality comes first. Citizens look to cherish their spirituality in spots like the praying place. The praying place, as with many other buildings, has a range. That means it'll only affect nearby buildings. So that took 2 shrines to cover the whole walk. Great, you have just fulfilled the need of your citizens. It's time to learn more about your folks' needs. Let's bring up the Lowlander Huts menu. Click a Lowlander's hut. On the house UI, you can see both the already fulfilled needs and still unsatisfied ones. On the left, you can see the upgrade progress bar. It gets filled by needs. So praying place is satisfied, value 2. So unsatisfied needs. Sampa, fish, and eggs. Build a chicken farm and start production of eggs will start. Make sure the chicken farm has the food market in its range. Chickens. We can move these around later, I believe. Alright, continue. Chicken farm is now producing eggs, but as indicated by the icon, it's not sending them anywhere. To transport produced resources, hold left mouse button over the chicken farm and point to the food market. Alright. So, we're now producing eggs. Then we're done here. Can we travel onwards? No, lowlanders need more food variety. I miss one dialogue box there because I was eager to click on the market. So it looks like we're consuming 3.2 out of 4 eggs, so we might need some more. It's time for a little more complex production chain. Let's provide our folks with sampa, a flour made from barley. Build a mill. So just looking, So the eggs fulfilled 2 slots, and then we need 2 slots. One could be anything, but yeah, let's Sampa will fulfill it. So, food. Sampa. Okay, barley field. Mill. Alright. Hang on, what about the mill? We could use Winter River currents for power, but who needs that when you have yaks? So this requires 6 lowlanders, 2 yaks. I'd prefer to use the river because it's free, but not an option, unfortunately. Yep. So I just need to be in range of the market, right? So I can build this all the way down here. The mill is an example of a building which, besides human workforce, requires yaks to operate. To not rely on ad hoc yaks, build a yak pasture and to increase the town's yak population. So among our residents, we have lowlanders and we have yak pasture. Now back to Sampa production. This icon over a mill means it's not getting any input resources, in our case barley. So you need to set up a barley field, then set up a resource flow by sending barley to the mill and Sampa to the food market. Alright, so just looking at this, these will produce 6. Hang on, I just want to see something. So these will produce 6 barley, and the mill can receive up to 24 and produces 12. Okay, so I could really build 4 Sampa fields. Oh, it's not gonna let me build right now. Then this goes up to the market. Alright, so just looking at that, we're producing 3 Sampa and using 1.6, and we're producing 4 eggs and using 1.6, so producing a second food source seems to have taken some of the strain off of eggs because it's kind of shared equally between the food service sources. Alright, so that's good to know. With 3 needs fulfilled, citizens are happy enough to upgrade their houses. You can do that by clicking a button above the house. Notice they're using more resources now because I think more people have moved in. Oops, looks like there's not enough Sampa for everyone anymore. Upgrading houses gives you more workers, but it also increases food consumption. Luckily, it's easy to fix that. A barley field produces 6 barley, but a mill is capable of processing up to 24. Alright. And I believe you can chain these together. Yes, that's correct. There we go. This we might still be low on eggs. Feeling restricted by building range, let's learn one way of dealing with that. Let's start with placing a fishery near a river. Then you can use an intermediate building, a carrier post, to effectively increase the fishery's range. Okay. First I'm gonna upgrade these. Okay, start sending fish to the food market. So a fishery needs to be built on the river. think I'm still in range, so I don't need to use a carrier post just yet. But carrier post. That's perfect. We created a small but sustainable settlement. A great step towards our mission, am I right? Yes, we're now ready to continue our journey and take on greater tasks. Can we skip the task part and talk with the spirits immediately? No, they will only listen if we first show our dedication. And we'll do just that by establishing another outpost. Alright, so that's the very beginning tutorial, and you can see we've got a ways to go. Where are we going? Boom. You are here. Mission 2, Hope Spark Hill. Tiny mountain with a single copper deposit. Most of the limited space suitable for habitation is located on fertile land. Balanced, not present, avalanche is standard, resource copper. Let's start mission. Alright, so we've learned the basics and let's keep moving on. I probably did this in my first video. A nice, perfect, cozy mountain for another outpost. Looks like we'll go higher this time. I think I can see a copper deposit. That's good. Use it. We'll bring in some artisans this time. That's a perfect idea. But let's start with lowlanders. We'll need them to get things moving. Alright. Yep, so... let's kind of build the market centrally and see how it goes. Lowlanders in. I'm gonna see if I can't move these. Yes. So I want to move it up to 3, I think, actually. Yep. Alright. Can I move road? Nope. We'll demolish this. Now, something I learned in my first playthroughs is every mountain, the residences want their own needs. So we don't know what their needs are yet, so we'll get there. I wonder if blocks of 3 would be better suited for this. Maybe. Citizens' needs are different on every mountain. I was just saying that. Let's check what lowlanders need. So they want eggs, cheese, and a praying place. Hey, why don't lowlanders want Sampa anymore? Ah, well, we're on a different mountain, aren't we? We had plenty of it back there, and I just feel that cheeses made here will be delicious. I don't trust people who change their preferences. Fair. But, sometimes I do it too. Does that mean I'm not trusting myself? I mean, the last person I trust is myself. For provided cheese, you'll need to produce milk in a yak shack and then process it in a cheese maker. So, cozy places for yaks, where they can focus on growing lustrous fur and meditation, and they produce 9 milk, 2 wool. And the cheesemaker takes 6 milk and produces 6 cheese. So I kind of want 2 of these to 3 cheesemakers, seems like, but we'll start with 1 and 1. Oh. Let's move that up. There we go. You may notice that your money balance has taken a significant dip. It's crucial to keep it positive. If you start losing money, at some point you'll run out of funds, which will result in game over. Money tooltip gives you a detailed breakdown. So my treasury is 2,000 out of 2,000. I guess I can see the bar here. Money tooltip gives you a detailed breakdown of your revenues and expenses. So right now we're losing money because we're missing yak force, and we're also losing 32 for building upkeep. Build a yak pasture. Alright. Now that that's sorted, let's go ahead and fulfill the other lowlanders' needs and make them upgrade their building. Have 8 lowlander huts at level 2, yes. So we need a praying place. Alright. See how we're doing, and we need eggs. Nope. Eggs are easy. I just want to make sure I'm in range. I'm not quite there. Alright. Alright, these are good to upgrade. Sure, yep, you may need yet another food source or more eggs. We'll figure it out. Now that that's started, let's go ahead and fulfill other lowlanders. Oh, nope. Okay, splendid. Looks like lowlanders are happy here. They will be a backbone of the settlement's economy. Yeah, but artisans won't be satisfied so easily. They are used to a certain standard, you know. But if we want them to progress, we'll need them for their manufacturing skills. I'm sure we can somehow make them comfortable too. Look, this seems a perfect place for an artisan district if you ask me. We can try, I guess. Connect 2 regions via a bridge. I'm gonna connect it at the lowest point. Artisans, after lowlanders, are another social caste. They are helpful with running more advanced buildings. Build Artisans District in the newly reached region. Have 40 artisans living within range of the food market. Again, I'll just kind of place it centrally. We've got more space to work with here, but doesn't mean I can be wasteful. Yeah, let's just build off of here. Yeah, let's see what we can do with that. So now we have artisan houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we've got artisans in, so what do we need here? We need Sampa. Okay. Should I just keep building? So each of these is 4, so if I have 10 of these, which I can, will advance the tutorial. Beautiful. Provide 40 artisans with Sampa. Alright, so Sampa. Yeah, because looking at this, Sampa is one of their needs, which they need for food. So yeah, that's right, we need a mill. We'll require 2 yaks. Let's build it out here. So, remind me, these produce 6, so it can handle 4 Sampa fields. And I believe that, yes, this is counted as connected to the road. There we go. Perfect. With artisans in town, we're ready to start mining copper. Not so fast. We need to improve our financial situation first. Every new building, we're closer to losing money. We need to do something about it. Well, I just might have an idea. While we're creating a new place to live for the citizens, maybe they should contribute to our mission. That's brilliant. Let's make a spot for voluntary donations and assume everyone is a volunteer. Alright, build donation spots to collect money from citizens. Collecting donations is a primary way of replenishing your treasury. Start getting donations from lowlanders and artisans. Mountains are rich in natural resources. We can extract them using mines. Building mines requires placing 2 structures, a mining rig on the cliff and a ground station below. Have an operational copper mine. Build mine. Down there seems reasonable. Alright. Well, with copper extraction up and running, we can use it to make utensils in the coppersmith workshop. Utensils are highly desired goods, and goods are distributed to nearby houses from commodity suppliers. Have commodity supplier with 40 artisans in range. So, commodity supplier. Can build it down on this side. Yeah, let's do that. Well, but it needs to be within range of these. So I'll do it up here. It's commodity supplier has a very large range, looks like. Alright. Start distributing utensils. So coppersmith needs a copper mine. Alright, so extracts 4 copper, 1 copper to 5 utensils. So it can supply 4 of these. Money balance turned negative. Oh, interesting. Let's demolish these extra ones quick. There we go. Okay, so we need more yaks apparently. Let's get another pasture in, just in case. There we go. Seems there aren't enough utensils for everyone. However, the coppersmith uses only 1 unit of copper. That means a single mine can supply multiple workshops. You can use a carrier post to divide the flow. Yes. Okay, you may need to cancel existing resource flows to do so. Yep, so let's build a carrier post. Stop that. There. Yep. Alright, perfect. So we need to build another, not a commodity supplier, another coppersmith. And so we can use this carrier post to send to multiple locations. There we go. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's expand higher. The climate in the middle zones of the mountains is just perfect for bees and producing honey. Higher mountain areas can be accessed using shafts. So I just want to see. I want it to be kind of in line with this. So yeah, let's just build the road straight up that way. I don't know if it matters, let's throw it in there. My shaft is kind of crooked, but that's okay. So this uses 1 yak. The beekeeper is one of the buildings whose productivity depends on the mountain zone you placed it in. It'll produce much more honey up here on the middle zone. Have 2 operational beekeepers in the middle zone. Your brilliant plan seems to have a flaw. Flaw? It's a perfect place for bees. You act like you got stung by one. Oh, open your eyes. How are we going to transport all this honey down? Relax. With the right attitude and an open mind, we can overcome any obstacle. How exactly will an open mind help us transport anything? Oh, just you wait. Let's get my fellow monks here. They'll come up with a solution. Build an academy in the upper region. Requires 38 monks. Interesting. The Academy employs a ton of monks, so it got disabled to avoid huge money spending on ad hoc workers. We need monks, so let's build a small settlement for them up here. To upgrade their housing, monks will require access to an academia, so you'll need to manually enable it. Have 6 monk dormitories at level 2. Alright, so let's throw in a road. There we go, and six monk dormitories. They need food. Just adjust this road really quick. Let's snuggle a market in there. Right, so they're within range of a market. Let's go ahead and get commodities, not a commodity supplier. Donation spot. Need some more artisans. Doing fine on food there. Enable building. Okay, research level updated. Have the monks at level 2, unsatisfied needs honey. And what else do we need? A praying spot. There we go. Our monks are at level 2. With the Academia up and running, the research level will increase in no time. Reach research level 1. Long distance transport. At research level 1, you'll gain access to cart post. Yep. It works like a carrier post, but it isn't restricted by range, therefore it's perfect for long-distance transportation. Use it to send honey down to your artisans and finally upgrade their houses. We may need more honey. We also, yes, and we also need lowlanders with honey. Cart post can send resources to multiple destinations. Let's use that and send honey also to lowlanders. Please note the number of artisans employed as carriers at a cart post increases with the post workload. You can check the cart post UI panel. Alright, so let's throw in another honey. And we're short on lowlanders, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust my road here and build in a few more houses. Let's see, honey-wise, we're doing okay. I really don't have enough honey to... Well, maybe I do. Let's see how honey distribution is working. Oh, I guess they kind of probably only send as much honey as they need to. Because how much honey total am I producing? 15. So you're using 5. You're using 6. And you're using 4. So that's 15. Okay, to quickly navigate between sections of the mountain, you can use the overview camera. Default finding, hold middle mouse button and mouse move. Move the overview camera around. Okay. Look, that's a perfect spot for a trading post to ensure a proper connection with the capital. After we build it, we'll be ready to continue another mountain. Here? Are you crazy? Look what's above. A lot of snow. An avalanche could be triggered from there any second. Maybe it just looks scary, but it's perfectly safe. We won't let a small patch of snow stop us. Go ahead, build. Build a trading post in the last region. Trading is the basis of civilization, but traveling between mountains all the time seems a little extreme. We need more yaks. Yep. Huh, what's that noise? Yep, there we go. Whoops. Yeah, an avalanche. Who would have thought? But that's just a mere test of our faith and dedication. I'm sure we can just clear this building up. Positive thinking, I love it. And I think I have an idea of what to do to make sure it won't happen again. Okay, buildings hit with an avalanche still operate but are causing a monetary penalty. Use Mr. Plow to clear the trading post of snow. Mr. Plow? That's surely got to be a Simpsons reference, right? Short 3 yaks while that's happening. Maybe I can do some more yak pastures. Now we're short lowlanders. Okay. Now you'll need some space above the trading post for avalanche protection. A move tool does exactly what its name suggests. Use it to move the trading post in the center of the region. So let's remove the idle Mr. Plow. Let's move this. Basic way of blocking avalanche is to put trees in the way. We can do that using foresters. we need to move it one over. Finish mission. Here it comes. Beautiful. Hooray, it worked. The trading post is safe. I told you from the very beginning, there's nothing to worry about. Now we're finally ready to move on. Let's make our way to the first real mountain. Can't wait. Okay, choose campaign difficulty. You've completed the tutorial section of the campaign. Now it's time to select the difficulty setting for the rest of it. If you're feeling like you've got a decent grasp of things but don't want to test your limits, we recommend the Adept difficulty, but feel free to change it. Due to the persistent nature of the campaign playthrough, you won't be able to change it afterwards. Yeah, let's do Adept. Alright, so that's the tutorials. Mission 3, Splintered Soul. Spacious mountain divided into two parts, one full of fertile land, the second filled with resource deposits. Balanced, some standard resource deposits. Let's start mission. Here we are. This is our destination. Ah, what a magnificent mountain. I'm not so sure. It's divided into two parts. Logistics are going to be challenging. I'm sure we can handle that. Sure we can. Alright. Let's start with the lowland district here. This fertile land all around will come in handy. Alright, 40 lowlanders living within range of a food market. It's like possible avalanche. Oh, there's avalanche for sure. So no avalanches on this side, a couple spots over here. Okay, so... Okay, let's, I just want to... Yeah, let's get a food market going. Kind of centrally. This seems to be a decent amount of space. Alright, so what do we need? Okay, we need praying places, we need kettles, we need honey, eggs, and sampa. Well, let's just build a few more houses then. This land is just perfect for farming. I bet we'll be able to produce world-class sampa here. Alright, so provide lowlanders with sampa. That was going to be my guess. Yep, so food-wise, that's our sampa. So 4 of these in a mill. height, isn't it? Because I want this to be a block. Like that. Then a mill. Alright. I think it's time to bring artisans here. Yes, if we're to build a proper town here, we'll need their services. However, we're all still feeling the hardships of the journey. I know, we'll build baths. This way, artisans will feel welcomed and refreshed here. But the rivers are on the other side of the mountain. Then we'll build a bridge. But there are also snow caps here. Then we'll plant trees for protection. We need baths, period. Alright. Yep, so we'll need avalanche protection there. Artisans need baths. Okay, I need yaks. Beautiful. Here we go. I mean, that should cover it, shouldn't it? As time goes by, more and more snow accumulates on snow caps, the more powerful avalanches will be. So this protects from level 1 avalanches. Alright, so we're missing workforce. Probably because of those trees, even though we're not working them. Avalanche. There we go. Beautiful. Working as intended. So let's get some artisans going. I'm gonna leave some space here. Yeah, kind of put this center. So I can build the baths anywhere near the river. So So right there should be good. It's got a very strong range on that, probably because it needs to be built near rivers. So yeah. So that's about 10 houses we need. Now that's more like it. After weeks of traveling with the axe, it's really hard to scrub off. Moo. Exactly, you weren't complaining when they were carrying all your stuff. Never mind, it's time to start collecting donations. Yep, so we have artisans now to run donations, because the donation spot requires 13 artisans. That'll do. As will that. The sound of coins pouring in, music to my ears. Show some gratitude. This is people's hard-earned money. Oh, I'm grateful. Grateful for my brilliant mind, which came up with this idea. You are hopeless. Sigh, maybe it's good that you two are separated by a chasm. But enough of this. We should start a monk's enclave, and we can do this up high, closer to the spirits. Have 10 monk dormitories on a high zone. This seems to be the biggest one. Alright, so we'll need to build around that way. Interesting. To see how we're doing. Building upkeep, road upkeep, assistance from the capital, donations. Balance plus 349. See, what can I do to get more people here? Let's put in some eggs. And a praying spot. Do the artisans need Sapa? No. Yes, they do. Okay, so, well, we may need longer range to carry it. So, praying spot. Gonna move the eggs up. Alright, so now I can upgrade those as I need to. But just to be on the safe side, we'll also throw in some more eggs. Good. Yep, so we're using about 5 Sapa. So I could theoretically grow more, send some of my Sapa over here once I've acquired the ability to send it, which I'll need to unlock the cart post, which means I'll need some monks. Yep, so let's do this. Bridge. And I think I'll shoot a shaft up. Well, actually, I want to go over here. Yeah, so this is where do I want to cut into this one? Because this is the one with the most space for a colony. I'll do it up here. Okay, bridge. There we go, we're connected up. It's gonna be a long distance to transport anything across. Alright, yep. So we're gonna need food. Academy. Donation spot. Right. Money balance turned negative. We need more artisans. Let's throw in some artisan houses. That will be really easy. We're gonna need some monks. That's interesting how they kind of combine into one as you build them here. Okay, we're positive again. We gotta be careful. That's not bad, but it could be better. Ah, I know, we shall enclose the monks within the monastery walls. Why would you need to do that? Do you have something to hide? Nah, it's just that the world is not yet ready for our wisdom and insight. Okay. So, we need to build monastery walls. Is it the monks who isolate themselves from the other citizens, or the other way around? So right now what's fulfilled is scholarship and high zone. We could use some eggs and honey. But really quickly, I'm gonna do this. Because we're gonna build some monastery walls. And we need space for them. Okay. There we go. And I can build me some more monasteries. There we go. Okay, so now I just need food to upgrade there. Ah, that's just perfect. We can meditate and pray in peace. That's great, but we won't build a strong economy on prayers. I say we need more workers to continue developing our town. Then I know what we need to do. If we make lowlanders upgrade their houses, more of them will come to the city. Have 14 lowlander huts at level 2. Well, I think we're doing fine here. There we go, perfect. I'll keep upgrading. What's this? We need more eggs. Okay, perfect. So I am not going to be able to send Sampa elsewhere. This Sampa of yours looks good, quite good, not gonna lie. I suppose there's enough of it also for artisans. I should have made you eat snow and bark. But sure, we can easily make enough Sampa for everyone. How will we transport it to artisans, though? Ah, leave that to me and my fellow monks. Okay, reach research level 1, we did. And voila, we now have access to more advanced buildings like cart posts. Didn't you come up with this idea already on a previous mountain? Why did you have to do it again? Well, we can't take away the privilege of these local monks having their own revelations. You can only gain true understanding by reaching the conclusions yourself. It's not about the end goal, it's about the journey. Okay, forget I asked. Provide 50 artisans with Sampa. Okay, so got the bath requirement fulfilled. Also got our monks going strong. Just see. To upgrade here, gonna need some more supplies. So there's different things we can research. How do we increase research level? Academies and monasteries. Okay. See, monasteries will give me... Yep, anyways. An avalanche? Ooh. Okay, I think it's just roads down here. And it didn't even get that far down. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to use this section to build more Sampa. Or to grow more Sampa, I should say. This and this seem like a good idea. Yep, so... we're going to use a cart post. And then this cart post is going to send Sampa over here. So we should be producing 12 and we're sending 7. Yes. So what do we got here? A new character. I haven't seen this one before. This must be from the new, from the full game release. A good day to you all. Huh? Who are you? I'm an emissary from the capital. My job is to monitor your progress. This whole escapade of yours costs quite a lot, you know. We have to be sure our funds are used wisely. But hey, it was the High Council's idea to send us here. I'm not here for bickering and petty arguments. The Council demands results. Let's start with proving that this whole endeavor won't collapse like a house of cards. This is our 3rd settlement already. We know what we're doing. Really? You call this group of shacks settlements? Reach a population threshold here and prove you can build a proper, sustainable city. Well, if you ask so kindly, let's start by upgrading artisans' houses. 14 artisan houses at level 2, so yeah, the emissary from the capital is a new character I haven't seen before, so that's exciting. Oh, you can start seeing people moving around when you zoom in, getting a little life in our city here. See people working on the roofs. Okay, what do we got? So upgrading artisans is the goal. So what do we need to upgrade? Utensils, textiles, and decorations. Do I even have a copper mine available? Yes. Okay. So we have copper right here. 2 of them, in fact. So, I'm gonna need a few more houses before I upgrade them, I think, so. Looks like the artisans don't really need anything so spiritually minded. So we're looking for, yeah, utensils or textiles. We'll do it. Let's do utensils. Could I have put it through there? Is there space in between? I'm not sure. I think there might be space in between there. Yep, so road. Okay, so we're making copper, so we need 4 utensils. We need commodity suppliers. We need more yaks. positive yaks. We'll get there with the artisans. I need a carrier post to split the flow. And then we need a cart post. And then we need what you call it? The market, but not. It's a commodity supplier. Ooh. That covers everyone. That does not. We'll do down here. Beautiful. Wait, does it not cover this one? Okay, that's fine. I'll just move this. There we go. Just want to see how we're doing on food. What other food did these guys take? Honey and cheese. Yeah. We're getting close to the limit on Sampa. Yep. So that's afraid of. So let's do some more Sampa farms. I don't actually need this road here. Yep. Because they can just go off of this road. It's one of the cool ways these farms work, is they can just go off the one end. And then this. And that should be providing plenty more Sampa. Yes. Alright. Let's just keep upgrading. Might as well. I've got the resources for it. Commodity supplier. Yep, we're good. So hang on, how many? Each of these is making 5, so I've got a total of 20. So I could go ahead and do a commodity supplier down here. Do these guys need kettles? Utensils? Yes, yes they do. Why not? So, let's get some, and it looks like we need some more yaks. Alright. Continue. I can't believe they sent her here to push us around. We're supposed to be in charge. They're only checking if everything is going well, I guess. They care for us and our mission. Didn't sound that way to me. Let's just do what she asks. Providing everyone with cheese will help us expand the town. Provide 250 citizens with cheese. I notice we're getting some more snow going on. Yeah, there's definitely more snow there wasn't before. All right, cheese production. What do we need for cheese? We need yak shacks and cheesemakers. So 2 yak shacks will supply. Yeah, 2 yak shacks will supply 3 cheesemakers. Let's see if we can't find a decent place to do this, like over here. Don't need to worry about any avalanches up here, do I? I do not. Okay. Yeah, so... no, I only need 2 of these, so let's demolish one. And then 3 cheesemakers. I think I'm gonna need a distribution center. And then, cart post. Here's our avalanche. Please stop it. Yes, thank you. We're good, we're good. These guys need cheese? Yes, they did. Alright, so we're using 7 cheese there. Out of 18. Do these guys need cheese? Yes, they could use some cheese. I might need to build even more cheesemakers. That's okay. All the way over here, please. Not enough. Okay. Perfect. That'll help us make more folks upgrade their housing. I've noticed something. We provide people with cheese, the consumption of other food sources decreases. Ah, that makes perfect sense. Amount of food consumed per citizen is constant. The more food sources, the lower consumption of each of them. Okay, enough lecturing. Let's get back to upgrading those houses. So what's the deal here? We didn't get enough cheese to all of them. Gotcha. Alright, so... we're short on artisans. What can we do with artisans? Can I throw in some more? Okay, so artisans. What kind of food? Honey. We should get honey production going. Can you guys use honey? Yes. So that'll take the strain off of cheese production. Alright. So honey does best in the central work zone. Okay. Gonna build me a honey station. Kinda down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll use this to get more people in. Artisans. Yak station, I should say. There we go. Get some more monks in. We're still short on cheese. Have 14 monk dormitories at level 2. Good. Well, how's it going? We're working on it. Can you work faster then? I'm not taking pleasure being stuck here in the middle of nowhere, you know. Yeah, well, tell me about it. Relax, I'm sure you'll be satisfied with our town's progress in just a moment. Okay, 10 lowlander huts at level 3. And we're not making enough cheese, so I'm gonna go ahead. Well... go ahead... and build in some more huts. Lowlanders. So interesting about that. Is it used up some artisans probably to carry more cheese. But yeah, let's get in some more cheesemakers. And keep using that. There we go. That should, okay, we've got plenty of sampa. Plenty of eggs. Do you need eggs? You do not need eggs. We do need more yaks, though. Alright, so what do we need to upgrade lowlander huts? Textiles? So how do we do textiles? Yak Shack to Weaver. So the Weaver takes 4 wool and turns it into 4 textiles. Right now, I've got 2, 4. So I can support off of this. Two of these textile weavers, these 2 weavers. This one, yep. All right, and then we'll need to use another, because yeah, so we can't use different. We'll need another yak shack. Cart post, I mean. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so all right, you surely took your time. That'll do, for the time being. I'm heading back to the capital to report on your progress. And what will we get as a reward? We won't cut your funding. Continue with your quest. I'll get back to check on you in a while. I was afraid she was gonna say that. Beautiful. All right, so we're really making progress here. Looks like we've got a few to get through to the campaign, but that's where I'll end for today. So I finished a mission on Splintered Soul. Not sure what this one is over here. Will we have to backtrack, or will we keep moving forward? I don't know. Well, I'll find out. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.